All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Happy Easter, everybody. Thank you for joining us all here today on this Easter Sunday and making time for Duke basketball. It's Duke and NC State, a very common opponent. The third time these two teams will meet this season. The third time these two teams will meet in this last month, literally. Of course I made it. I'm not gonna be late. I was just finishing up a couple of, I got 3 minutes till tip-off. We'll be fine. I was just finishing a couple notes on the side, actually, for the game. I was getting my Duke notes. I got all my NC State notes. I was trying to figure out, there was nowhere to go to, like, you know, what these NC State guys are averaging, like, in the tournament. I was trying to ask, like, Google, like, you know, just give me the stats for the tournament. I couldn't find anything. And so I had to do it all manually. It was not as fun. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Master. Welcome in, Orlando. Carson, Timmy. Welcome in, everybody. This should be a fun one. I'm actually less worried about this game than I was for the that Final Four against Carolina, but 2 years ago, being like the whole like Duke Carolina like dynamic is a little different than like the Duke NC State dynamic. It like obviously like it feels. It's not like this rivalry thing. I don't know. It just feels like Duke's got to make this just like any other team, right? Like forget that it's NC State. Just go play. NC State had to play with a misplaced 3-point line for their women's game. Oh, that is not good. Keon with an LFG. Let's put it that way. With an LFG there. Welcome in, Keon. Happy Sunday. Chris and Master also agreeing, less worried. Yeah, I'm definitely less worried about this game than the Houston game. I think when we talked about pregame for the Houston one, we had basically said, look, you have to win the Houston game by literally any means necessary. Like, that is the game, right? And then the rest is just going to sort itself out. I think at this point, the team has achieved to the expectations that we had sort of set out earlier in the season, you know, with the 4 returning starters. We figured that this team was going to be good, that they could make a deep run in the tournament, and here we are, basically 1 win away from the Final Four. Like, whether or not the opponent is NC State or not at this point, it's sort of, whether it was NC State or Marquette, I suppose the opponent is irrelevant at this point, right? The achievement has already been, you've already achieved to this point, you're in the Elite Eight. Now, can this team get that one incremental win to get themselves to the Final Four? We'll see. Whether it was a State or Marquette at the end of the day, it probably wouldn't matter. This team, and Master with the Happy Easter, and Timothy also with the Happy Resurrection Day. Indeed, I actually went to church last night. I did the Easter Vigil Mass, so I think that will make my mom happy. I'd already planned kind of like things out this morning, so I like half cheated, half not, but I did make it. I did make it, so. All right, the game is underway. As Carson was saying, we're about 45 seconds or so behind. And so Proctor to control this thing. Yeah, they're 30 seconds in. All right, my YouTube TV is late. Oh, what can I say? I gotta hardwire the cable into the wall, and then we might have I'll get a direct feed from Dallas next time. Roach gonna take the first shot, and he's gonna hit the first shot. And Jeremy Roach has just been tremendous. So far these last games. March Roach is a sight to behold, and he has been playing extremely well. 16 points in the second half in the game against Houston. And the double Roach is there. The only thing you like about NC State, the cheerleaders, actually DJ Burns takes a mid-range jump shot and connects on that one. Burns did not actually score very much against Marquette, only 4 points. One of the interesting things about the Marquette game is NC State left a lot of wide open 3-pointers for Marquette. Marquette just could not hit the ocean at all. So be very interesting to see if they leave those open again. And there on the pass between McCain and Mitchell. Mitchell, who needs a very good game. Butterfingers, again, just cannot keep his hands on the ball. And that results in a Duke turnover. I went to Twitter after the game, the Houston game, and I just said, look, we won somehow, but the game from Mark Mitchell was a disaster. We're just gonna call it like it is, folks. It was not good. And he needs to have like a Justice Winslow moment in this tournament. This would be a good game to have it as Burns discards Filipowski and the Wolfpack are up 4-2. Yeah, I mean, Mitchell just has not had, and it's really inexcusable. Then somebody countered me and they were like, oh, well, that's because like, and like, well, he's like, oh, he had a good game against Vermont or whatever. I was like, well, oh, yeah, because they double teamed like Flip. Because basically Vermont played a double team against Flip the entire time, and Houston played the exact same strategy, and Mitchell couldn't do anything. So, like, you had the exact same game plan against Filipowski, and Filipowski gave him the exact same opportunities, and yet you got, like, just opposite results, right? So, like, I don't know. It was just like, I didn't like Mark Mitchell's game at all here in the last couple. I think even the JMU game was not good either. I don't know. He just disappears. He just disappears in big games. And it's like not good. I don't know if you, I guess you could go Roach, Proctor, McCain, Filipowski could be your big four, right? And you could get three out of the four, then you're like fine. But like Ryan Young had a plus minus of 18 the other day. There's a big offensive board by Mitchell. That should be a foul, actually, on the inside. And Mitchell will at least shoot free throws here. 4-2 still in the early going. But yeah, I guess the question does become, does Duke play spoiler to NC State's Cinderella run? Ultimately, Cinderella, like the clock strikes midnight against Cinderella, one way or the other. It's just going to be, is it going to be Duke? Or is it going to be Purdue? Or is it going to be UConn? At this rate. I'm not sure if Alabama could actually beat UConn. That would be crazy. Anybody else? I assume folks watched that UConn game the other day against Illinois. Wow. I left the game at halftime. I went to drive down to a place, and then when I got there, it was like 20 minutes later. I just drive for 20 minutes, like put the game back on, and the score was like 50-24, and I was like, it was like Illinois had the exact same score as when I like left them at halftime. I was like, this can't be right. Like it's just, it was insane. Anyway, we're 4-all here as Mitchell does connect on both free throws. Now guarding Diarra. Diarra with the spin move. Good defense by Mitchell there. Coach Shire advocating for a turnover, but a travel rather. And actually they got a shot clock violation here out of that one. So Duke has held all three of its opponents to under 55 points here in the tournament, which is, it's just some elite defense, and you saw it right there. I mean, the Duke defense has not played better than it has in the tournament right now, and it's just tremendous. The only other time that Duke's defense has played this well in the NCAA tournament was in 2010 and 2015, and you all know what happened in those two years. So it's kind of an elite defense there as Roach comes up short. Which is more likely, Duke dominates like they did a month ago, or State makes just enough plays to, I think this game is close in the first half, and then after halftime, Duke takes off. A similar blueprint to the game in Raleigh, actually. I think that one is the one that happens. Yeah, and that was Morcell there for two. So the first Wolf to score other than Burns, and then Proctor can't get the finger roll. Horn is going to step into the three. No way. Diarra in better rebounding position, but Filipowski comes down with it. Let's see if Duke wants to run here. They do not. And McCain going to bring this up the floor. Actually, McCain going to be on Burns. It's a good movement there by the big fella to deny the baseline to McCain, actually. Roach looks open there for a second, but O'Connell closed on him. And here's Mitchell. Mitchell's going to have to take this short-range jump shot in and out. Ooh, brutal. That one should have gone down. They're definitely giving the free throw line jump shot for sure. And then Mitchell playing really hard against Burns. Good defense there. It's going to force Morcell to go in, and that's going to be a rebound to Filipowski there. We've liked to see... Well, you would have liked to see Clemson win. Yeah, that's true. They then would have gotten blasted by UConn, though. At least then we could have said the ACC would have two teams in the Final Four. So it's now we're guaranteed only one. And Roach just turns it over. I think he thought he got fouled there. And so 2 turnovers there early. This looks like the early Houston here with Duke a little off kilter. This shot by State no good. I thought Diarra came in over the back, could have gotten called. Stepping into the 3 is McCain. Yes, he loves that step in 3-pointer in transition. Jared McCain. And we keep going here. We played 6 minutes, no whistle. Jared McCain, oddly enough, getting an NIL deal with a nail paint brand. I don't even know what you call them. That was announced a couple of days ago, which I think is kind of hilarious. Good defense between Filipowski and Burns here. Good ball denial. The ball finally does go to him. Actually, both teams kind of poor shooting at the moment. Careful, don't get fouled there. All right, give Burns the 2, and that'll be 6. Remember, in the one in Raleigh, in the game in Raleigh, Burns went off for like, what was it? 28? 27. It was the anybody but Burns strategy, which seemed to work better than the strategy in the tournament where it was much more balanced scoring. McCain driving in, he's going to get hacked. And he will go to the free throw line when we get back out of the timeout. Yeah, so if we look back at the box scores from the previous games, this was the 79-64 NC State box score there, where Roach had 21. I think this is a more likely outcome, but I don't even know if it's this high scoring, honestly. I think you could take 10 points off this score, and it's probably what you get in the NCAA tournament. So like 69-54 kind of thing, the final, like Duke winning here, just based on how well Duke's defense has been playing. The ABB and ACC. Third game this month where we're not we're not doubling Burns. Yeah, it's fine. This is so Carson is saying the anybody but Burns strategy, but like the game at NC State was anyone. I guess it's nobody but Burns. Was the nobody but Burns strategy, and then the game in the tournament was kind of the everyone but Burns strategy, because Burns only had 10 in the game in DC, and you had Horn with 18, O'Connell with 12, Marcel with 11, and Diarra with 13. And so that one did not, I mean, it was a 4-point game, it was pretty close. Like, that one didn't really work, but like, what was really bad, I think, was the sort of the Duke, it was like the Duke scoring scheme was like really bad. Like, it was only the 5 starters that scored. Nobody else scored anything. Filipowski got like 30, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Like, and then if you go back to at least in the game in Raleigh, you had some bench performance. Like, TJ Power got a 3. Sean Stewart had a big game with 12. Ryan Young had 2. Right, Mitchell had 5. It's just like, or whatever. Filipowski had 9. And the backcourt played really well. That's a huge difference. The play of the backcourt. Look at the first game here. You get 16 points from McCain, 21 from Roach, and 11 for Proctor. By my math, that's 48 points. In the game in DC, the backcourt gives you 23, like less than half, right? So like right now, kind of like what you guys are saying, like don't worry about it. The shots are gonna fall. Like, yeah, we're getting good shots. They're not falling. But like, let the backcourt go to work here. I think the guards are going to be sort of the big X factor for us. It really depends on how the shots. I think the shots will fall. Honestly, like, look, the shots did not fall for Marquette at all. Like, and so they got upset, right? But I think we'll be fine. The Jimmy Valvano 1983. I bet it's not that kind of run. Here, our backcourt off to a decent start so far. 5 points between them. And here we go, 8-7. Cat fan really likes the thumbnail. I thought it was rather creative. It took me a while to kind of get it right. I actually had to composite that picture. It's like two different ones that then like got put together. Again, the AI doesn't understand what happens when you put devils and animals in the same image, and it tries to make the blue devil like a wolf, and it's just like wrong. But one of these days we will the AI will get smart enough to figure it out. As Jared McCain's got 5 and Duke leads 9-8 here. DJ Burns going to the bench for a little bit of a break. He's got 6 points. The rest of the team has 2. Let's see what they do with him on the bench. And this is Morcell now. Good defense there by Roach. And Middlebrooks now in the game as we counter with Ryan Young. Middlebrooks, oh, they're going to call a foul here on Young. I thought actually Young was vertical. But still, I think that'll be a foul on the floor. Middlebrooks' big game was the one against actually Texas Tech. He got 21 points in that game, then scored 2 and then 4, so he's averaging 9. Interesting, I guess he'll be at the free throw line, so they call it a shooting foul. It does not go, though. During this NCAA tournament, NC State has 4 players that are averaging in double figures. So, yeah, NC State, like, technically seeded as an 11, but they've been playing way better than an 11 seed. You got DJ Horn, who's averaging 15, and Burns, who's averaging 14.5. Diarra's averaging 13, and Morcell's averaging 11, and Middlebrooks goes 1 of 2 here. And Master saying that Purdue will go back to being mediocre. This is probably. I actually had Purdue kind of going all the way just because I thought the redemption tour storyline was pretty strong. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, they play the winner of this game, so regardless of who it is. I don't know if I would have preferred us to play Tennessee. Maybe McCain going to go for 3 again. There's no way. But actually, he gets fouled on the 3-point shot. Diarra fouls him. That's the first on Diarra and the first on NC. Oh, actually, NC State has 3. We'll have to go back and see. So McCain clearly from, he gets tapped there on the right arm. And they don't let him land. Yeah. Well, but even so, Burns sitting down, it's not like we went and attacked the rim. We gave it to McCain and let him shoot 3s. This could be a big game for McCain, too. I mean, he makes this free throw. He's got 6. He has an opportunity to put up 8 so far. A 20-point game from Jared McCain would certainly help aid the cause. And here's the interesting one. You usually say, like, oh, losses... the whole thing about, like, you can learn a lot from a loss, this, that, and the other thing. I'm actually less worried about this game because of that loss in D.C. Had Duke had both games, you would have gone 2-0. Obviously, NC State wouldn't even be here. So, which is sort of an interesting sort of twist of fate, right? Like, the fact that we lost to NC State back in, 2 weeks ago meant that it allowed their run to continue such that they could then get into the NCAA tournament, such that then they could upset 3 people and then make it into the final, to the Elite 8 to give us the matchup to get to the Final 4, which is the very tinfoil hat way of going about this. As Stewart is in the game now, and Young, good defense there. They don't call the foul on that time. This is smelling the towel. Proctor driving in the lane. I thought he got hit. No foul called. And NC State out in transition. Trying to get it up to Middlebrooks ahead. No, they're going to get it to O'Connell for 3. That shot's no good. And Duke can't come with the offensive board. And it's going to be State again short, actually, on that one. Proctor down with the rebound. So Duke, dodging a bullet in transition there. I don't know why they would be smelling the towel. That's an odd one. That's so weird. NC State 0-4 from 3. Proctor driving again. Oh, and Proctor traveled. Oh, boy. All right. 12-9 here. Proctor having a bit of a rough start. But still, the game could be, like I said, I think the game's going to be close until the second half. Not particularly worried one way or the other. So Diarra's got 1, Burns has 1, and Horn has 1. Okay, so the big 3 for NC State each have a foul. Okay, that's what he was going for. Well, so that gives us an opportunity. If Burns gets another foul, we can Probably Diarra has not had a chance yet. It's he has to wait till sundown, which is going to be something like 7 o'clock there in Dallas. So 7 o'clock in Dallas is still a little ways away. I'm trying to think. It's like 5 Eastern. It's like probably like 3 hours away. Yeah, it's probably after the game. Yeah. I believe you also can't have water. I think you have to, it's both like, I think it's both. Yeah. I don't think Proctor's been that bad throughout this tournament. I think it's been okay. I mean, just look at the last couple games. I mean, hold on. He played it. His defense was incredible. I mean, he had 9 points against Houston, but remember, late in the game against Houston, he had back-to-back stops against Cryer, right? That, like, the lockdown defense, and then earlier he was playing on Shed. Like, the lockdown defense of Proctor has been tremendous. Like, if you just take, like, we say, like, Duke's held opponents to less than 55 points. Like, Tyrese Proctor is one of the main reasons that that's happened. So, like, I think, defensively, if you're able to take DJ Horn out of this game, that's huge for us, right? Like, right now, DJ Horn hasn't scored. So, if you're able to take one of the, at least the NC State guards out of it, I'd say Marcel or Horn, but more so Horn, that gives us, like, the chance to win this game goes up tremendously. So, you know, we're 7-7 from the free throw line, so thankfully the right people have been taking free throws. Mainly his name is Jared McCain has been taking free throws. But yeah, 2 of 9 from the floor, not great to start out, but we'll get there. And we'll resume play here as Filipowski checks back in, and State will have the ball. So actually, possession arrow is State at the moment. Good feed down to Middlebrooks. Oh, what an eraser by Sean Stewart! Oh my goodness. Middlebrooks, that was an easy 2, and Sean Stewart just came out of nowhere to blow that thing up. Wow. That's 2 taken off the board. Proctor to Roach. Stewart going to set the high screen here. No, I mean, Roach has 10 seconds to make it happen. I don't know what we're doing here. Roach is going to give it back to Filipowski. Filipowski going to go for 3. He hit 3 of them against Houston, and that's no good, actually. So comes up cold. That's 1 out of his 3 3-point allowance. Now it's going to be Burns and Flip. And good defense by Flip, better offense by Burns, and Burns has 8 here. Here as NC State closes to within a point. Funny enough, this is the second time that Duke has to play a team wearing red in Dallas. And Roach trying to make it happen. Roach goes high off the glass. No, actually, he stays down. It's right now, it's a 3-on-3 for State. And Proctor's going to go called for a foul just to stop the play here. Thought, oh, too bad for Roach there. Roach tried to go against DJ Burns, and Burns got the better of him. Oh, Roach got hit in the head, actually. That's a missed call. That's a missed call. Burns missed it! Oh, come on, Mark Mitchell. That goes off the foot of Burns, actually. All right. Yeah, Roach got hit in the face. That's why he was down. The block by Stewart sent a message. Yeah, it was a Derek Lively style block, man. That was, yeah. So Roach to the bench here. Man, he's gotten beat up in this tournament, man. He's got the dislocated finger in the round against JMU. McCain taking it for 3. Oh, my goodness. Jared McCain has shown up to play. Jared McCain with 11 points and another 3-pointer. Man, this kid is quickly becoming one of He must be one of the greatest Duke shooters that we, in recent memory. I mean, we might as well just anoint him as such, because it's like, oh my goodness, in and out from Burns. And yeah, that's a foul on Burns on the rebounding action. That's the second one on Burns. That thing was halfway down the cylinder. Burns is a little shaken. 8-game run, we're familiar and prepared. I mean, yeah, he's got the most points for state, but now he has 2 fouls, so he's going to have to go to the bench for the remainder of the half, presumably. Or they'll keep him in. We should just drive him and, get his third. I know he does go to the bench, actually. I can't tell you how impressed I have been with Jared McCain. I mean, the dude does not play like a freshman. Obviously, it's late in the season, so nobody's really a freshman anymore, but, he just has so much confidence, man. This kid is one of the best shooters we've seen in recent memory. Here he goes again, and he drives. He can't quite get that one to connect. And Jalen Blakes tries to go get it from Diarra, and gets a foul instead. Okay, I mean, I guess it's okay. Jalen Blakes can use fouls like that, I guess. I thought McCain was going to connect there. So 15-11 here. 4 fouls for State, 3 for Duke. And yeah, Duke 3 of 13. Not great. Pretty sure most of those belong to McCain, actually. Diarra. Blake's playing really tough here on Horn. Oh, Horn banks the shot, actually. Wow. Jeez. The bank shot, man. The bank open on Easter Sunday. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. I think that shot had a prayer, honestly. Filipowski driving on Diarra. Filipowski with the left hand and the finish. First points for Kyle Filipowski. 17-14 here, Blue Devils. That was interesting because they basically switched. Proctor was no longer on Horn. And we got a foul on the floor. Second one on Proctor, actually. Not particularly worried. He'll go to the bench, though. Oh, Filipowski or Blake's they're going to call? They're going to call Blake's for his second on that one. The foul's racking up quickly here. 3 Duke fouls in the last minute. So this will be interesting to see if Horn gets on a little run with McCain onto the bench here. Oh, Middlebrooks missed it. And Diarra is going to go for 3. That's no good. Blake's with the rebound. Yes, Blake's with the rebound, actually. He was spotting that one up. I agree, Carson. He can hit the 3, but we'll sort of take the shot. I don't particularly mind it either. Roach now having to run the point. Roach puts the ball on his hip and gets the finish. Not the first points. Roach has 4 there as the drive to the basket is good. Duke by 5 here. 7:44 to go. Oh, good cut there by Middlebrooks. Great help defense, actually, though, by Duke. Great rotation by Mitchell there on Diarra. That was a defensive clinic, actually, by the Blue Devils on that particular possession. We can go back to that one, 7:40 mark. We'll do the replay here in a second. And they go Filipowski there over to Roach. Filipowski's going to find Mitchell. Yes, he is. Mitchell the hesitation, and Mitchell the finish with the left hand. Mark Mitchell with 4 points off the assist. Timeout, NC State. In the last post-game conference, they asked the State players if they mind as being called a Cinderella, and Diarra, who's from Francis Bennett, I don't know where that is. Oh, jeez. All right, so this, and actually they gave us a great angle for which to actually see this. So if we look at this particular one, oh, come on, it doesn't work. What? Why doesn't my replay work? It worked the other day. It worked the other day. Replay? Damn it. Anyway, take my word for it. It was a brilliant defensive, brilliant defense by Duke on that particular play. Interesting. Okay, anyway. Yeah, good finish by Mark Mitchell there. Maybe you can dress at halftime. Oh, if we have a shot at Connecticut. I actually think I think we do. I actually think that we might be the one team that can actually do it. Obviously, you can't. That 7-2 dude on Connecticut is just like out of control. But if you want to slow down, I feel like the Duke if there's any team with a chance defensively, our defense has been playing at a level where you might give yourself a chance. But like, the question then becomes, could you score enough? Which actually Duke still has. He cut down the net without stepping on the ladder. Yeah, I mean, Zach Edey did the same thing. But, like, Duke has this very interesting combination where you're holding these teams to less than 55 points, right? And then you are also top 25 in the country in scoring margin. You're number 11. You're basically top 10 in scoring margin. And in field goal percentage, you're like 48%. And also you're top 15 in three-point percentage. So you have this, like, you actually have in Duke a team that can go and, like, get a lot of points and also keep people from scoring. So it's like this it's just a killer combination when it comes to the tournament, honestly. Like, but I think the NCAA wants Purdue and UConn. I don't know if I agree with that. I think the NCAA wants Duke and UConn. Like, because that's like the classic blue blood program. Duke UConn would be a much higher rating than Purdue UConn. Are you kidding? Like, Duke is the brand. Any game with Duke in it gets the ratings. You get, like, Duke. If Duke loses, the NCAA is like, oh man, that's like no. Duke NCAA would much rather have a Duke UConn final than a Purdue final. The Duke market is so much bigger. Not even close. They you know, Zach Edey's whatever served his purpose. He got to the Final Four, and that's it. And that's as a horn comes up empty, and that ball will be out of bounds here on NC State. So State can't convert out of the timeout, and we have yet another timeout because apparently we need to take more commercials here. NC State in the championship would help ratings too. Yeah, maybe. Carson, I think it's a party. It's a party, man. It's a party. Oh man. But yeah, you 100% want Duke in the final. Everyone likes an underdog. Well, I mean, Duke would be technically an underdog. They'd be a 4 seed going up against a number 1 UConn team. A UConn team that has looked unbeatable, right? Yeah, even by the Duke haters. Exactly. Everyone would watch it. Even the Duke haters would watch it to root for UConn. And people hate UConn too. So, like, everyone's an underdog compared to UConn. So, but that's the... So, okay, hold on. But they're not undefeated. So, like, they've lost 3 games. So who did they lose to? Who did UConn lose to this year? Let's see. Their schedule won't load. Why won't their schedule load? Okay. UConn is losing all 5 of its starters at the end of this. Oh, wow. So they have to, they kind of have to go like back to back. Yes, he is loosely connected to Duke through the brother. Through Bobby Hurley. Okay. Finally was able to pull up the schedule. Oh, they lost to Kansas. They lost at Kansas by 4. They lost to Seton Hall by 15. What? Wow. Okay. And then they lost to Creighton. They got drilled by Creighton. They lost at Creighton by 19. Wow. Whew. At Seton Hall, at Creighton, at Kansas. These are 3 road games. I have to dig in exactly as to why, what happened during those road games. I don't know. I mean, I guess it was just lose at Fog Allen. It happens. Anyway, Duke by 7 here. 6:39 to go. McCain trying to drive baseline, cut off by Horn. Still there. Turnaround jump shot. No. Short. Way too short. And Horn driving, gives it away. Actually, they're going to call Filipowski for a foul. I think. He was talking about John Shire. Yeah, Filipowski got his first. Oh, and there's Horn, actually, off the inbounds. All right, that's 5 for him. Duke now with a 5-point lead. We had a chance to make it 9, decided not to. Rod Conrad, welcome in. With the What's Good chat, Duke, hashtag Duke Life, love it. So far, so good here. Duke by 5 in the early going. It's kind of how we thought this game would play out. Proctor's still on the bench, so Blake's is in for the time being, and Roach matched up on Diarra at the moment. Roach trying to go right. And, oh my goodness, he splits a double team, actually. Roach still finishes. That should have been a foul. He splits the Diarra O'Connell double team. And we're back to a 7-point game. Let's see if Duke can lock it down. Let's see if we can make this thing a 10-point game by halftime. 10-point game by halftime would be nice. Here's Morcell driving on Roach. Way to move his feet. Morcell. Ooh, nice. Okay. That shot rims out. Mitchell with the rebound here. All right, we got to put our foot down here. Filipowski wants the 3. No, gives it to Blake's. Blake's looking for somebody to pass it to. Finally finds Roach, and we have to reset offense here. That play did not really work because it was Blake's in the game instead of Proctor. Trying to shake, and here's McCain for 3. Oh, actually, I thought that was going to go. It was online, but it was just short. Epic Gamer VR with a Duke. Nice. Welcome in, Epic Gamer. Morcell cutting in. Oh, blocked by Mitchell. Middlebrooks gets it back, though, and tries to get it back to Morcell. You know, it sucks when we can't, like, collect our own blocks. And, Middlebrooks there. Duke with the rebound, so another chance to go up 10 here. Carson, yeah, that was definitely definitely 2010. Nice feed by McCain to Filipowski. Filipowski should just take Diarra here. Actually, he gets blocked from behind by Middlebrooks, and it's a turnover. And NC State going the other way. Oh, O'Connell there with 2 points and the lay-in in transition. So Duke twice with a 7-point lead. Can't get out of its own way and actually score. Can't put the lead up to 9. I think we just called time. Oh, that was a big... Damn. right, so we keep playing with this like 7-point advantage, and then NC State keeps cutting it down. And they're hanging around. I don't really like. I don't really like it. So Shire instead calls timeout after the run out. So we need a good play here. I really thought Jared McCain's shot was gonna go. It's like super unfortunate. With that, what? We put ourselves up 8? Yeah. Cracking a drink now at halftime or at the end of a game. Yeah, it's definitely hard in the middle of the game. I remember when I was in school in the national title in 10. I opened a beer at the start of the game, and just didn't touch it the entire game. We were just too nervous. We just couldn't do it. It was too nervous, like too focused on the game, like not even during timeouts. So I don't know if this will actually be the media timeout or it's just the Duke timeout. Let's see if we have Filipowski Duke timeout. Okay, not. So we will have another timeout at the under 4 still. I guess we are going a little quick for the likes of the NCAA. Oh, I was not live. Okay. All right. We're back. We're back. And so, yeah, a little interesting here. The score, I mean, the scoring for NC State is only 5 players as well. I mean, the scoring for Duke is 4. We've definitely made a living at the free throw line, that's for sure. In a 5-point game, we're 7 of 7. Blake's has gotten way too much playing time because of the Proctor issues, foul issues at the moment. Roach driving in. Give it to McCain outside. This is a wide open shot. McCain's got to drill this. Oh, my God. Oh, that was wide open. O'Connell for 3. That's short. Oh, my. Diarra comes down with the rebound, though, and NC State's going to have another crack at it. And that's no good either. Ryan Young with the board. Yeah, strong rebound from Ryan Young. Go! Get out in transition! Just like waiting for them. Like, it's like wait. We could have just like pushed the pace there and just like waiting. We're like jogging back with NC State. I was like, I don't know what the deal with that is. McCain on Diarra. McCain, that's a foul. That's a foul on Diarra. That's his second, actually. McCain's got to exploit that mismatch. Just get Diarra into foul trouble, man. The second for Diarra and also the second for Burns. And now, oddly enough, like Burns has been on the bench since the 9-minute mark of the second half. Duke extended a little bit of a lead there when he did go to the bench. McCain is blue and white. Their one hand is blue, the other hand is white. I don't know which is. I can't remember which is which. McCain gets the first. He's got 12 so far. Diarra goes to the bench. Burns comes back. I mean, this should scream opportunity right now. This should scream get Burns his 3rd foul opportunity. I don't care how you do it. I just care that you do it. And McCain continues to be perfect from the free throw line as Duke once again edges the 7-point advantage here. And that's as far as they've gotten. Sean Stewart ready to come in at the scorer's table. And right now it's Ryan Young guarding Burns. And Young trying to get the cutter there. Oh, Mark Mitchell erases it! Oh my goodness, McCain. Drive! Oh, okay. That's not what we were going for. The pull-up jump shot, no good. I wanted him to drive right at Burns. Because Burns is backpedaling there. Just go right at him. Force him to foul you. That would be a huge 3rd foul. Morcell for 2, no good there. Middlebrooks there. Blake's on the floor, call timeout or something. Possession arrow is going to give it to State. That'll get Sean Stewart in the game. And this is good effort there. Good effort by Blake's. But still, the 7-point advantage. Duke can get no farther. Imagine how much money NC State, UNC, and Duke has made for the triangle. Yeah, because they've been getting the TV rights from the NCAA tournament games. Oh, Sean Stewart with the steal! It was out of bounds? Sean Stewart with the steal, okay. No. Actually, yeah, he was out of bounds. Okay, boys, let's go. Come on. Another stop here. Another stop. Great defense by Sean Stewart denying Burns. And now they get the mismatch, and it's Blake's. And Blake's deflects it, actually. And, oh, they call it off of Burns. So that's a turnover for State. So the 7-point lead again. And then this will be Jaden Taylor coming into the game for NC State. Not sure who's going to come out. Morcell going to come out? No, Horn's going to come out. Horn with 5 points so far. And Roach continues to play. Yeah, we got to get over this 7-point hump to like break this thing open. I totally agree with Russman. It's happening like 3 times. Roach tried to make it happen. Way too difficult of a shot though. Way too hard of a shot. He was well defended by Taylor on that one. And still the 7-point lead remains. Here's O'Connell going to take the jump shot. Nope. Sean Stewart tries to get it. McCain tries to get it. McCain finally comes down with the rebound there. NC State comes up empty. Yeah, both teams struggling to make it happen. Can't get anything. Nothing easy, actually. Nothing easy for either team. Stewart looking to feed the post, but can't. And now Roach. Roach to Stewart. Stewart puts it up! Oh! Yes! Sean Stewart with 2 points, and that breaks the 7-point hurdle. Nice feed by Roach. I thought we had the alley-oop, but Stewart had to bring it down. 0 points in the last 3 minutes for State. Let's keep it going here with the Duke defense. This is Taylor. Oh, Taylor caught Stewart in the air. Oh my god, they're going to get the and one. Oh my god, what a lucky shot. I don't know. Jalen Blakes doesn't have to reach in, man. That is dumb. Of course Taylor makes it, though. This is the kind of game that this Jaden Taylor dude comes in off the bench and, like, puts up 15 or something. Watch it happen. Literally watch it happen. And he makes that and one, so he's got 3. And the Duke lead down to 6 after that. Unexpected contributions. Or actually, I suppose actually Taylor was the one that's the NC State 6th man. So, maybe not unexpected, but so the lead is 6. Roach, and he gets... What? Call an offensive foul? What? Wait, oh, they called it on Flip? There's no way that's a foul on Roach. Oh my god, what kind of foul is that? Come on, Grant Hill. Give me a break. Give me a break, Grant Hill. That is not right. That is a terrible foul call. And instead, so we had a 9-point edge, right? Like NC State can score here. It's like a 6-point game, so we need to lock this down defensively because NC State cutting into the lead right now before halftime is not a good look. Burns can't come up with it. McCain, no. Ryan Young with the rebound. It's a very like sort of tepid moment in the game, right? Because you have like Duke, who was ahead by 9, And then NC State got this 3-point play, and we're going to have to go right before halftime. Like, you want to try to keep this thing. Ideally, you need a bucket here. Blake's trying to get it to Roach. 8 seconds here. Kind of limited offensively. Oh my god, and it's a turnover? No, going to stay with Duke for 4 seconds. Does that reset? No, it does not reset the shot clock. Yeah, that's off O'Connell's quad there. Left quad. They put Mitchell back in. We've only got 4 seconds here. Gonna have to put up a shot one way or the other. I hope Blakes doesn't get it. Here's to Young. Young trying to give it to McCain. McCain gonna go from deep. Oh, but Blakes with the rebound. Blakes puts it up. No, I thought he got fouled. NC State's gonna have the final shot of the half. O'Connell. Oh, McCain strips it from him. What a huge defensive play by Jared McCain. Without fouling, too. Oh, what a strip. Oh, what a strip. We're going to put up a half-court shot here? No, there's no way. Nothing. All right, 6 points is the lead. Would have preferred it to be 9, but anyway, that's what we're going to get. Yeah, I agree. Flip has to stay under control. But basically, this is exactly the way we thought the script was going to go. Very close game in the first half. Gritty first half, and we'll take it. Tracy asked John how he would describe the last couple minutes. He says completely disjointed. He's not lying. It's that way for both teams, but the defense has stayed really strong here for Duke. Look, we're holding NC State to 21 points in the first half. Okay. It is, yeah, it kind of is a win for NC State to be only down by 6, but still, like, look, right now it's like a 42-point game for NC State. Like, maybe NC State's lucky if they get 50, right? Like, let's go back to these other ones. The game in DC was a game that was 73-69, right? And the game in Raleigh was 79-64. This game is slated for a game, again, like I said, 69 kind of 54 kind of thing in Duke's favor. If we even get there, it might just be like a 60-50 kind of game. Here, I don't know. I still, like, this is going to script, I think. Yeah, as Shane is saying, Duke's defense has just been amazing in the tournament. I mean, offensively, we seem to be kind of out of sorts and kind of a mess. I think some of that, to be honest, can be attributed to the fact that, yes, so DJ Burns went to the bench with 9 minutes left in the first half, but Tyrese Proctor also went to the bench very early in that first half. And so we're missing our point guard, essentially. Yeah, Roach is a great point guard, but you want to have both. You really want the trifecta out there. You want McCain, Proctor, and Roach, so you can kind of take the open shots. I think the offense became very disjointed with Tyrese Proctor out. It kind of just sort of highlights for you how important he is to make the offense work. Honestly, and certainly one of the best assist-to-turnover ratios in the country, and you kind of you lose that. It just gets very difficult to score. So let's look at and Burns really the only one scoring, as Timmy's saying. And yeah, so like Burns has 8 points. The next highest NC State player has 5 with DJ Horn, and then Jaden Taylor's got 3. And literally Jaden Taylor's 3 came off like that lucky play when he came off the bench, and like that's it. So like, I don't know, Middlebrooks has a point, O'Connell's got 2 points, Marcel's got 2 points, like, and honestly, we probably haven't shot any worse than what we've been doing. So I actually did not watch the Alabama game yesterday. I was busy. 6 threes is, I mean, it's like Jared McCain territory, right? So like, I mean, let's look at the box score here and sort of understand like what's going on. I mean, Diarra's 0 for 3 on NC State, right? Burns is 4 of 8. He's gotten his. We've been playing decent defense on him too. Again, he had those fouls early on, so at the 9-minute mark, he got yoinked. But like, you know, NC State is shooting 26.5% from the floor. Problem is Duke isn't really shooting any better. It's down at 30.8. Like, you know, 8 for 26. This has to be one of our worst shooting halves of the season. The saving grace of the moment is the free throw line, 9 of 9. So we're perfect from the free throw line, and really attributed to Jared McCain's 7 of 7. And in a 6-point game, that's huge, right? The other thing is Duke had 5 turnovers. It looked a lot. I mean, this is less than the number of turnovers we had in the Houston game, but the Houston game was much sort of felt like much faster. Like the pace felt faster in that particular game, or like I don't know. These ones seem like rather unforced. You get Filipowski with 2 of those, and then each of the guards has a single turnover. And I don't know, are they actually steals, or they're like 2 of them are steals? The rest are self-inflicted wounds. And yeah, we're 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. The only 2 of them that is McCain that has hit them, so it's 28.6%. I mean, the shooting just isn't there. And then NC State is 1 of 7 from 3. Like in reality, if Duke was shooting 40% from the field, like it does, 48% from the field, like it does on any given particular occasion, 48% of 26 is 12. Is 13, so that'd be plus 5 baskets, so that's plus 10. That's be plus 10 points. You'd be up by 16, which would probably be like, all right, the game's over. Like you're up by 16, you're playing tremendous defense. So, but yeah, and the 3 points percentage of 38%. So 7 times 7 is 38. It's 2.6. It's like we'd hit like one more 3-pointer, so it's actually we'd be up like 17. Which would basically put you on the path. You're like, all right, we're like, that's it. You're going to the Final Four at that point, right? You're up by 17 at halftime. Like, it's pretty much over. But instead, we have a game because nobody can seem to shoot. But look, credit NC State. They've been playing really good defense. I think both teams have been playing really good defense. So 4 blocks though for Duke. That's big. The 4 blocks. Sean Stewart had a big one. McCain blocked a shot there late. Mitchell had another big one that was definitely going to be at 2 points on that one. You know, Roach 3 of 6. It's not bad. He's got 6 points. He comes out in the set. Like, remember, all of Roach's points in Houston came in the second half. Jeremy Roach had 14 points last game. All of them in the second half against Houston. I'm not particularly worried there. I think we see much more March Roach there in the second. Proctor, yeah, with the goose egg, not great, but he put up 9 against Houston. What did it say? Against JMU, he put up 18, and then against Vermont, he put up 13. So, I mean, if you get Tyrese Proctor going in the second half, you get him to like a couple threes, a couple twos, you get him to 10 points. I think you're fine. Not particularly worried. Now, if we have a 6-point game going into the last 4 minutes of the, 4-minute stretch of the game, yeah, okay, now I'm worried. But like, you know. So far, so good, I think. Let's look at some of the team stats here. Duke currently winning on the glass 23-20, so yeah, +3 in the rebounding category. But NC State does have 5 offensive boards. They just haven't really been able to capitalize off those. 4 assists for Duke on 8 makes, so assists on half those. I mean, there's just been a few plays that have looked like pretty good. Obviously, the Roach to Sean Stewart play looked pretty good. Filipowski had, there was another one to Mark Mitchell. There was a nice feed. I mean, we've missed a couple layups. But yeah, it's usually like we're not winning. Like we're not really winning in the half court. That's a problem. So how are we leading when we can't make shots? You don't let the other person make shots either. So yeah. Defense wins in March. That's the thing. Defense wins. Defense wins championships. Just don't let the other guy score. Forehead, 5-head. Easy. Also curious to see how the refs decide to call it in the second half. It's been a couple fouls, I suppose, that they've missed going both ways, and then a couple phantom ones that they've called. That the one on Philip Haskin when he was guarding Middlebrooks, definitely not a foul. It's just hard play from both teams. Anyway, Duke was only favored by 6.5 points, and here we are in the first half winning by 6. So we're right on schedule. According to Vegas, we're right on schedule. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You're all wet still from the bath after the park this morning. You did a nice... Took the dog to the park in the morning. Oh, yeah, this was the... Can we see what my bracket looked like? I don't even know how to pull it up. No, it's awful. I made it at like 1 in the morning the day before the tournament started. I don't even know how to get to it anymore. Somebody from work invited me to it. It's like not even like on my ESPN account. I did have Purdue. I had Purdue winning it all. I had us losing to Purdue, I think is what it was in the Final Four. I think that's how far I got. But I had Houston lose. Somebody else beat Houston. It wasn't us. So I was basically trying to make like an easy path for Duke kind of thing. I don't even know where it is. And then I think I had somebody UConn beating somebody. Somebody beating UConn, as I thought. Oh yeah, San Diego State, because I thought San Diego State was gonna get revenge for the national title, and that was just totally wrong. But it was not good. But yeah, again, like going back to it, you've had NC State who has 4 players scoring in double figures this tournament. And really, it's only DJ Burns who has put up any significant points so far. I mean, he's averaging about 14 points per game. He's got 8 in the first half. Can you believe that the last bracket that has 100% was a miracle bracket that had GCU? Nice. The Lopes. That's so funny. The Lopes, man. Yeah, San Diego State is the only team that played UConn the toughest. They did the best, and they still got blown out. Like the one I can't believe though was that the Illinois game. It was close at halftime. It was a 3-point game, right? So like Illinois obviously played them very like tight, and then just ran away with it. I kind of would have liked to see UConn trounce North Carolina. I can't imagine anyone looking over Edey. I was about to say something similar. I was like, how do you look over the dude? He's like 7 feet tall. You like don't even make it to his shoulders. Seven foot 5. Incredible, man. Who would you stick in from the NIT rejects instead of UConn? You should have asked who would you have stuck in instead of like Virginia. And nobody's getting in over UConn. Why didn't Duke recruit Edie? I mean, when was the last time we recruited a 7'5" center? It would have been great, but like I feel like, yeah, I don't know. At least we got Cooper coming in next year. Maybe we learned our lesson. One thing that would be interesting in this second half is if the game does kind of open up a little bit, especially early in the second half. You kind of saw that Virginia would have lost in the first round of the NIT too. You know what's funny though is that they say, oh, well, defense wins championships. Virginia plays really good defense. The problem is, yeah, but you need just enough offense. And Virginia doesn't get anywhere close to having just enough offense. So... and their defense clearly not as good as Duke's. But as I was going to say, we saw in the Houston game when that one came out of halftime, it was a bit back and forth in that particular game. The scoring kind of ticked up a little bit, right? Because it was like 23. It was in the low 20s essentially. The score was a little lower than it was in this particular in the game, and then we ended in the mid 50s. So we had a bit of a spurt there when we got out of the locker room. I think you might see something similar here, where you have the teams, you know, kind of trade baskets for a little bit here in the beginning of the second. But ultimately, again, I think Duke ends up pulling away. We're just going to have to go on this, like, patented Duke run. This, like, 10-0 Duke run, extend it. We've had a lot of trouble going on the patented Duke run, just because, again, we can't seem to get out of our own way. We get up 7 points, then can't really make it to go up 9. You get up 9, you can't really, like, you know, NC State comes back and gets a 3-point play, and you get a dumb foul, and anyway. Duke starts hitting shots that will pull away because of defensive solid. Yeah. I mean, NC State could also pull away if they start hitting shots. Who would you have as your first 4 teams? Oh, man. The one I don't understand about the first 4 is, like, why they aren't just 16 seeds. I sort of get the concept of the automatic qualifier. I get the concept of the automatic qualifier, and, like, the 16s are supposed to be AQs from these, like, very small conferences, essentially. But, like, I would think that the 16s should be the play-ins, not the 10s, or the 9s, or the 11s, or whatever. Like, if you're like a 10 seed, you're just like you're in, right? Like depending on like where you, because like you're up there in the S curve, right? You're not just like trying to vying to get in. I don't know, but it's like, again, it's like the last of the at-large bids or whatever, right? Like, okay, I can sort of buy it, but. One more set of commercials, and then we're going to get right back at it. 27-21. Duke by 6 here in Dallas. And remember, Duke is the one that's played the close games. Duke is the one that played the close game against Houston. NC State's games have been rather, like, they've won decently comfortably. Are we at Jerry World? No. I think they're at the Dallas Mavericks. I think is what it is. It should. Jerry World is reserved for the national title. Ryan Young has done okay with a block and 2 in rebounds. Yeah. his not been as impactful as the game against Houston, but he has done fine. I agree. We got a contribution, 2 points from Sean Stewart. That's great. And a big block from him, so Sean Stewart has played well. Zach said that Tennessee coach went to his high school practice, but didn't take any interest. I like Stewart's energy too. I think he could probably be an X factor here in the second half. We still haven't got like Mark Mitchell right now has more points than Filipowski. That's sort of an interesting one. He's got 4. Filipowski only with 2 points right now, which is I don't expect it to end that way. I mean, if you look back at the in the game in DC, Filipowski had 28, and then he had 9 in the game at NC State. Like the game, oddly enough, the game that we won against NC State, Filipowski had 9 points. And we already know that Filipowski's had kind of like has had a 2-point game in the tournament. That was the first game against Vermont, and we ended up winning that game. Or that was a 3-point game actually. It was his lowest scoring output of the season, and we ended up winning that game. But yeah, let's look at how the offense changes a little bit with Proctor back in, and maybe first team to go on a run might take it. So here we go. Let's do it. Ready for the second. By the way, Edey was only a 3-star recruit. He was coach developed a lot while at Purdue. He only averaged 8 points and 14 minutes per game as a freshman. So there you go. And I think he's got a 5th year too, right? Did he have the 5th year, or has it only been 4? Yeah, but I don't remember like there being a lot of media storylines around Zach Edey when he was a freshman. It's only been like sort of the recent, obviously as a junior, sophomore, junior. All right, let's do it. I think Duke will have the ball to start. Yes, we will. Now let's give the arrow to State, and here we go. So Proctor back in the game, playing with those 2 fouls. We're trying to feed Filipowski, who currently has O'Connell on him, and now we're going to Mitchell. Mitchell over to Proctor in the corner. Proctor for 3, can't get that one to fall. So the first shot for Proctor, we were trying to get him involved in the game. Duke comes up empty. That's unfortunate. Not the way we wanted to start. I thought it was a good look by Proctor. There on the would-be assist by Filipowski, and Filipowski playing Burns now. Filipowski gotta be careful. He's got 2 fouls. And Burns spins around him to his left, and Burns connects, and that's 10 points for Burns. So State draws first blood. Edey has the COVID year. Okay. So the margin 4 there after the DJ Burns 2 on the opening possession for State. Roach try to come. Oh my goodness. McCain gonna go for 3. That looks short, and it is. The Duke 3s are just not falling at the moment. Horn actually gets it stripped by Roach. Great transition defense by Roach, who just saved a bucket. So Duke manages to dodge that transition opportunity for State. State has been very effective in transition, trying to score without the Duke defense setting up. Duke trying to post up Filipowski here one-on-one against Burns. Now he's going to face him up. Filipowski going to back him down. Filipowski going to go up and over. Nice. Filipowski over Burns. So the two big men going back and forth. They've got the first 2 points for each other's side here in the second. Good battle down low between the two big guys. Good help by Mitchell. Oh, good feed there for Diarra. I thought Diarra was almost out of bounds. O'Connell's going to have an open 3 here. No way. And it's going to wind up in the hands of State. Actually, the ball's still loose. McCain saves it. Roach has it. Proctor wide open. Proctor for 3. Come on! No, Filipowski with the offensive board. Filipowski up top. Can't get it. Mitchell there with the offensive rebound. Mitchell gets... Oh, feeds it to O'Connell. No! Ugh. Oh my God. Proctor, you got to hit that 3 has to go down. It's so wide open, man. It is so wide open. That 3 has to go down. And instead, it's 2 points for NC State. Wow. Again, Mark Mitchell with the turnover. It just gives it away. Come on. It would have been, what, 32-23? It would have been Duke by 9, and instead it's Duke by 5? Duke by 4? Brutal. A 5-point swing. Wow. Wow. Huge possession. You thought Duke could really sort of break the thing open right there. Mitchell driving. Mitchell to McCain. McCain jump stop. McCain with the floater. Nice. He's got 15. Now Duke by 6 again. All right, we try again. I'm staying in this like range. It's like 5 to 7 points. Burns and Filipowski just really going at it here. Filipowski trying to deny Burns the ball. Very physical between these two. Oh, Burns over the top. I thought he gave the arm. I thought he gave the arm on the discard. That's been called against Filipowski before. Mitchell gonna drive. Oh my God, he buries himself underneath the basket, but he manages to bail himself out. He's got 6 points. We're trading buckets. This is what I was saying. Like, I feel like like we're gonna trade buckets here at the start. Like, the game could open up a little bit, and it definitely has. Yeah, Proctor had to catch the 3. I mean, absolutely. Like, there's just no excuse, right? He had 2 wide open 3s. He had 1 in the right wing, then 1 right in front of the Duke bench. I mean, if it's Jared McCain taking that, he cashes that in. I don't understand. Or like Roach. Roach hasn't really taken 3 either. Like Proctor's, yeah, poor shooting for Tyrese, unfortunately. Here's Roach driving in. Roach, oh, can't get the layup. Damn. Good back cut there by Horn to Diarra. Oof. Diarra, 2 points there. The lead back down to 4. Yeah, the game's really opened up here. After the Roach miss. Like, he misses, right? The Roach misses the layup. Proctor misses the 3. NC State capitalizes on both opportunities. Here's Mitchell working on Burns. That should be a foul. Oh, Mitchell doesn't convert it. It's a foul on Burns, though. Which is his 3rd, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, it's those plays that, like, the game is way closer than it should be, right? Like Proctor, if Proctor cashes the 3-point play, the 3-pointer, it's a 9-point game. Duke doesn't give up 2 in transition, right? And maybe NC State calls a timeout. Again, here, Roach doesn't convert the 2-point layup. You get NC State going in transition. They score. Diarra with a huge dunk. But yeah, Mitchell, I mean, with 6, Chance to go to the free throw line here. Obviously would have preferred if he had converted that one. Hey, buddy. Anyway, that's the first 4-minute stint there. State winning by 2 points, 8-6. And like we thought, the game really did. The pace of the game kind of did pick up there for a second. We wish we had the difference between first and second halves. I mean, both teams have increased their shooting percentage a little bit. I don't have stats just for the second half. We'll see if Mitchell can drain some free throws here. Duke's still perfect from the line, 9 of 9. As McCain has taken 7 of those. That's actually the same as we had in the first half. But yeah, but that was DJ Burns' third foul. So we'll see if DJ Burns has to head to the bench here for a bit. Or we try to get him a fourth. And that's another way to do it. All right, folks. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Mitchell at the free throw line here. Oh. Oh. Can't stay perfect from the line. This is why I was like, I wish he had, like, that shot had gone down, man. Oh my goodness, he misses the second one too. Duke comes up empty on the possession. So it's effectively a turnover. Duke by 4 right now with Middlebrooks in the game now for State. That Burns has gone to the bench with the 3 fouls. Moselle cut off at the baseline here. Good defense by both Proctor and Filipowski. There's Middlebrooks, has to give it up. Diarra for 3. No, short. Oh my goodness, the putback by Morcell. Flip just, like, was watching that? I don't understand. Flip was, like, watching if Proctor was going to go up for it. I don't understand why Flip didn't go for that rebound. Anyway, now it's a 2-point game. Don't take that 3, Filipowski. Go in there. Drive. That's a foul on Diarra. That's exactly what you want. Be aggressive. So we're racking up fouls on NC State. I don't understand here. Yeah, Filipowski's boxing out his man. And Morcell had position. Yeah, Filipowski to the free throw. Oh, Filipowski to the free throw line here. Okay. All right, he hits that one. Yeah, a little bit of foul trouble for State. Agreed. Both Diarra and Burns have 3 fouls. We just got to keep going at it. But, like, again, Duke is not the team that fouls people out. We have never... I don't know if we've... I assume we have fouled somebody out at some point during the season. But, like, it just, like, doesn't seem to happen for Duke. Filipowski makes them both. Nicely done. That's a refreshing trip to the free throw line for Flip. And Duke back by 4 as we need a defensive stop and a bucket here. We really need a big defensive stop here. And it's Horn. There's the switch. Proctor stays on him. Horn gets cut off, and now O'Connell. 3 fouls. 3 fouls are best NC State. Yeah. Morcell. Oh, Morcell loses it. Just Dribbled it off his foot. Wow, okay. It's a turnover for State. Duke's got to capitalize here, though. So Diarra is not in the game. Neither is Burns. It's only Middlebrooks. Like, you would think we got to go down low here. Young gives it to Proctor. Oh, no, Diarra still is in the game. My apologies. Diarra is in the game with the 3 fouls. Proctor, oh my goodness. Step back jumper for Proctor. No, nothing there. I don't understand that possession at all. Like, you have Diarra who has 3 fouls. You're literally bailing them out. And there's DJ Horn. In transition with a 3. I don't understand what Proctor's thought process was on that possession. You have to get this ball into Filipowski. I don't understand what, like, literally what we're doing. I don't understand. Horn now has 10, and it's only a 1-point lead for Duke. That was on Morcell, that foul. This is first. And Middlebrooks will be called for 1. That's his first 2. So NC State with 4 fouls. Proctor's going to try 3. No way. Proctor it doesn't have it today. Wow, Proctor just does not have it today. Wow, Proctor does not have it today. Wow. That is brutal. Proctor is like shooting us out of the game right now, honestly. It's just not his game. He's 0 of 6 and 0 of 3 from 3. That is just like... No, you just, like, cannot have that in the Elite 8, man. Against NC State, like, and right now it's just DJ Horn has the last 4 and possibly 5 points for State, as State has now pulled it to 35 all. Jalen Blakes comes back in the game as Proctor takes a seat. Like, it is not Proctor's night. I don't know what's wrong with him, but that is to our detriment, man. That is not good. That is, I did not have that on the bingo card. Proctor, like, just lays a complete egg. And that's, and there's Horn there putting NC State up in front. It's a 5-0 run. Just all alone for DJ Horn. As NC State has taken a 1-point lead. I did not expect us to have to play this game, like, without Tyrese Proctor, basically. It's actually negative for us. There's Filipowski on Diarra right now. Filipowski backing Diarra down. And that should be a foul. Yes! And 1! And that's Diarra's 4th. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand why 2 possessions ago Proctor just decided to settle for a random mid-range jump shot instead of getting it down low to Filipowski to do exactly this. Go at Diarra, who has 3 fouls, and now he has 4. I just don't get it. Like, we should just literally play this exact thing over and over and over again. NC State has no bodies left. They have to put DJ Burns back in the game, and who has 3 fouls. Do it to him too, get him his 4th, and you put them in serious foul trouble. Like, that's the game right now. That's the game. Is to get NC State big men into foul trouble. That's it. That's it. That's how you're gonna win this. You don't have to get fancier. Oh my God, they got Ryan Young for... No, that just Burns losing the ball. That is not a foul, man. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Burns continues to score, so seems to be a constant of the universe. He's got 14, so he's right on his average for the tournament. 38 all on that one. Go right at him, though. Go right back to him. Although they got Middlebrooks on Filipowski right now. There's the switch. Oh my god. Middlebrooks with a flop. What a flop. What a flop. No. No. No, just no. That's Filipowski's third, so that actually works in the opposite direction. It's not what we wanted. Well, that brings Stewart back. It brings Mitchell back, actually. And it puts Jalen Blakes on Horn. Horn's shot rattles in. My goodness. 40 to 38. All right, we're going to have to go down to the wire here, man. Timeout. All right, Duke could not get separation. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it in the first half. We got up 9. Then they got the 3-point play. It was a 6-point game at halftime. Now they're up by 2. We just couldn't get out of our own way. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Because now this is a game being played in the 60s. Which is not where Duke wants it. I think we are in huge trouble. The momentum is like, really feels like it's behind NC State right now. Yeah. The momentum really feels like it's behind State. I mean, the DJ Horn 3 was big. That got him going. Then he got another 2 off the free throws. And our momentum stalled. Like that was the problem, because you had the play with Proctor off the broken play, wide open, Tyrese Proctor, 3 points. Usually you'd say, yes, I take that one, I cash that in, and he misses it, and it's a run out, and State converts it for 2, and that's the 5-point swing there that has set this entire thing in motion. This has been Tyrese's inability to hit open shots. And then he goes again, and he settles for a long-range 2 that didn't have a chance instead of giving it to Kyle. And then that also turned into NC State points. That one turned into a DJ Horn 3. So the momentum is completely swung. Been living and dying all season by our guard play right now, and right now it is death. Yeah. The Duke guard play is just not there right now. And like, this is the carbon copy actually of the game in DC, where you had, if you flip the box score back, you had Proctor who had 10, but he's not even doing that well today. Roach only had 5 and McCain had 8. In this particular one, Roach has 6, Proctor has nothing, and McCain has 15. Like, the point total is very similar, 21 right now to 23 for the entire game on the other side. And like, it's just not there. I mean, even if Proctor had gone 3 of 6 from his shooting, that's another 6 points. Duke is still ahead by 4 at this point. And then it's not keying off fast breaks on the other side. It's just not good. Yeah, the guard play is killing us right now. But yeah, this is going to go down to the wire, folks. So buckle up. And yeah. Let's see. Can somebody hit a big shot? Can Jared McCain hit a big shot? Let's see. So Burns and Middlebrooks are in for Duke. Young and Filipowski are in. Sorry, for NC State. Young and Filipowski are in for Duke. Now backing them down. Filipowski trying to go up, over, no foul called. And Burns got the better of him defensively. They did not call the foul on Burns. All right. And you would have thought maybe if Filipowski misses the shot, they do call the foul, but no. Denying the back cut. It's Burns on Young. Oh, Burns over Young, man. 16 points for DJ Burns, and State leads by 4. Yikes. Yeah, State is pretty incredible this half. Oh my goodness. Roach can't get the layup. "75% this half." Is it really 75%? I can't get a stat like a breakdown by half. I mean, they're shooting close to 40% for the game. They were down at like 26 or something. Let's see. Second half. How do you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're 9 of 12. Yeah, 75%. They're 9 of 12. Yeah. They're 9 of 12, and look at where the shot distribution is. This is right here. Morcell 2-pointer, Diarra dunk, DJ Horn layup, Diarra and DJ Horn layup, Burns jumper, Burns. The one shot, DJ Horn, the 1-3, and they've missed their other 3. Basically, they've hit every 2-pointer that they've taken, they've hit it. Yeah. Every 2-pointer that they have taken, they've hit. Haven't missed. And then we haven't hit a single 3. 0 for 4 from beyond the arc right now in the second half. And they're like, this is incredible. NC State has put up 21 points in this half. Duke has only put up 11 points through 9 minutes of game time. Like, this is crazy. Duke is basically, NC State has matched its entire output from the first half. It scored 21 points in the first half. It scored 21 points in the first half of the second, in the first 10 minutes of the second half, even with the foul trouble to Diarra with 4 and DJ Burns with 3. You just can't have this right now. You just can't have this. Right now, it looks like the NC State Cinderella run will continue all the way to the Final Four. Because right now, NC State's defense is playing better than Duke's. Yeah, I mean, Roach doesn't have the touch. Proctor certainly doesn't have the touch. And, like, the problem is Proctor's been such an offensive liability that he hasn't been on the floor to play defense. Yeah, 8 of 8. Let's see if we can get anything going here with Filipowski being guarded by Middlebrooks at the moment. Oh my God, McCain hits the deck. We got 10 seconds here for Roach. Roach puts it up. Nope. Oh, come on, guys. You gotta hustle for the offensive board. You just let NC State come up with it. NC State is just, okay. They don't have the energy right now. Like, we don't have the hustle right now. Like, we should have 100% gotten that offensive board. Should definitely get this defensive board, and State comes up with an offensive rebound here. That's the first miss, by the way, from 2-point range for State. We can't even get the the defensive rebound. Wow, we are falling apart, man. They're going to call that on Flip? I thought this was on Mitchell. Oh, yeah, they're going to call Filipowski for jumping into him. Yep. Yep. Wow. See, Houston game took a lot out of them, yeah. I mean, there is definitely the hangover, right? You got to really get up to beat that 1 seed. Filipowski's got to go to the bench. He's got 4 fouls, man, at the 9-minute mark. So when we started this thing, we said, look, you had Diarra, who had 4 fouls, and then DJ Burns, who had to come back into the game with 3 fouls. At the time that DJ Burns came back into the game, Filipowski had 2 fouls. Burns had 3, and Diarra had just gone out with his 4th. And now Filipowski has got 2 fouls in that time span, and we've gone nowhere. We have gone absolutely nowhere. This has the, like, you look back to the games we lost this season where we lost it by like 5 points. This has that written all over it. Swing pass outside, McCain to Roach. Roach driving in. Roach finally gets it. Wow. All right, come on, guys. Come on, boys. Now, we have no Filipowski, so you got Mitchell and Ryan Young playing down low. Horn isolated on Mitchell. Double team? Wow, Burns scores over the double team. It just doesn't matter. Ay, ay, ay. Roach traveled. Nope. Roach traveled. Not good. So 8:34 to go. Duke now trailing by 6. So we've taken what, oh my goodness. What? Timeout. We've taken what was a 6-point lead at halftime, and NC State has turned it into an 8-point lead with 8:20 to go in the second. Yeah, this feels very deflated right now with Flip on the bench. We haven't been able to connect from 3. I mean, the only one who was hitting 3s was McCain, who's got 15 points. It just wasn't there. Proctor, like, basically shot us out of the game. 0 of 6. And even McCain has put up 15 points, but he had to get half of those at the free throw line. 7 of 7. It's 3 of 10 from the floor. Roach is 4 of 11. It seems it's a pretty bad time to pick your worst shooting night. And the 0 of 6 from Proctor is just absolute brutality. Just brutal. They're throwing up anything and it's going in. I mean, that is like, yeah. When you're hot, you're hot. Right? Like, we're 2 of 11 from 3. 18%. I mean, also NC State is 2 of 11, but they've made 7 more baskets. They're 20 of 49. They've also shot 8 more baskets than us. We've only taken 41 shots. NC State has taken 49 shots. It's not even like the turnovers either. It's only like 8 turnovers. It's not crazy. Well, I don't know. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, folks. Not looking good. I mean, if Proctor had at least hit half his shots, or even 2 of his shots, it would be like at least it'd be a 4-point game. It wouldn't be like this 8-point lead feels monumental right now. Because everything that NC State puts up is going in. Like the Duke defense that has really kept us has played so well in this tournament has disappeared here in the second half. And it's still crazy. It's still crazy that DJ Burns has 3 fouls. He's been playing with 3 fouls since like what 18 minutes in the second half. I mean, or something insane. Like, yeah. Well, we gotta get a bucket on this possession. That's for sure. We gotta get a bucket on this possession. Well, that's an NC State foul on Jaden Taylor. I thought that put us in the 1-on-1. What just happened? Oh, Kevin Keats got assessed a technical? It's a foul on Middlebrooks, by the way. That's a foul on Middlebrooks that they missed. So we have a technical free throw by Jared McCain. It's a 2-shot technical. Duke will retain possession. It was called Duke's ball. As McCain with 17. Interesting. Interesting development here. If Duke can convert. Right, so Duke gets the ball back because it was last touched by State. So McCain again. Oh, McCain gets blocked, actually. Proctor manages to get it back. Proctor, no. Oh, my God. Proctor can't even hit one from 9 feet out, man. Or 8 feet out. Oh, my God. Another empty shot from Tyrese Proctor, man. Brutal. 0 for 7. I guess the person who was criticizing Proctor's offense earlier wasn't wrong. Horn is going to try to shoot over Proctor. And he does there from 2. No good there. At least that's a 2-pointer that doesn't go for NC State. We have another opportunity here. O'Connell to McCain. McCain's the one with a hot hand. McCain, right, gets stolen. Stolen. Game. That's it. I think that's going to be it, folks. That's O'Connell with that. That's a huge play. McCain gets tripped. No call. O'Connell gets the 3 in transition. I mean, wow. I thought, like, if we were going to lose, I felt like at least we're going to lose close. But right now, NC State might blow us out. It's just crazy, man. You had such critical junctures early in the second half that you just could not capitalize on. Like, this is effectively, think of it this way, right? NC State was up 6. This is the exact same situation. It's exactly mirrored. It's the exact same situation as when Duke was up by 6 on a broken play off an offensive rebound, and Tyrese Proctor takes a wide open three-pointer and he misses it. In this case, O'Connell takes the wide open 3, he drills it and puts NC State up 9. And as a result, may have basically sealed it for State. It's just the shots have fallen for State and they have not for Duke. Make or miss league, man. What are you going to do? They get the ball back, though, because of a Mitchell foul. It's going to be Burns on Young, and Burns will get another 2. So, all right. So that's 20 for DJ Burns. And actually, the opposite of what we thought was going to happen happened, where we thought Duke was going to pull away in the second half, and instead it's been NC State that pulled away. Unfortunate. What a run for NC State, man. They go from playing 5 games in the NCAA tournament just to get them in the ACC tournament just to get in, and then on the footstep of the Final Four. On the verge of the Final Four, man. Still no answer for Burns. Nope. Still no answer for Burns. I guess it'll be Burns against Zach Edey, right? Should be an interesting one. At least an opportunity to score here from the free throw line with a clock stop. Filipowski does hit his free throws. No, the only answer for DJ Burns would have been the foul trouble, but we couldn't do it. He's just been stuck at 3 fouls the entirety of the game. Right? We even got him to go to the bench for a while. We got Diarra with 4 fouls instead of Burns. The answer for Burns is apparently Zach Edey. Maybe not, though. We'll see. And he only goes 1 of 2 at the line off the Roach block. So 54-44 here with 6 minutes left. This would be one heck of a comeback if somehow Duke did manage to figure it out. It would need to come from the 3-point line. McCain's 3 is in and out, though. Sean Stewart does track down the offensive board. Filipowski is going to take the 3. That doesn't go either. Roach tracks down the offensive board, and Duke has another crack at it. So the shots still don't fall. Roach to Stewart, no. And we've got a popcorn potato here. A hot potato ball there for a second, and Duke will retain possession. I mean, the shots just aren't going down, guys. Good effort by Sean Stewart, though. Sean Stewart probably should have played more. Yeah, 2 of 13 is not going to get it done. Filipowski to step into the 3, now call it 2 of 14. 2 of 14. It's like less than 20%. It's like, yeah, it's in the low 20s. Yeah, haven't hit a 3-pointer in the second half. NC State content to just kind of dribble this down. Wow, Middlebrooks manages to retain possession for State. That should be off Middlebrooks, man. That should be off Middlebrooks. I don't understand. That is it's clearly off Middlebrooks. I think the oh my goodness, Horn high off the glass. I mean, it's just whatever. Yeah, they blew the game open. State just blew the game open, and now they get whatever they want. Our defense, like we thought we were going to go for like a game in the low 50s, right? And Proctor still can't hit it, and that's an offensive foul, and Filipowski is out of the game. Filipowski is out of the game. Proctor misses a 3 again. And that is Duke's season. So. Okay, well, it was a good season, folks. We made it to the Elite Eight, at least. Where is my... It is unfortunate. It's exactly the opposite of what we thought was going to happen, to be honest. McCain's shot doesn't go either, man. This team would show up eventually. Yeah, the team that couldn't get out of its own way and shot itself into oblivion. Unfortunate. It's too bad. We were playing such good defense, but clearly we couldn't, like, you couldn't string that defense together for enough games, right? You couldn't be consistent enough. Yeah, completely unraveled this half. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that, like, the shots weren't falling, and as a result, like, the defense gave up too, which is, like, the sad part, because, I mean, at least it's one thing for the shots not to fall, but then it's another thing to, like, stop playing defense, and, like, we stopped playing defense. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it came just down to pivotal moments, even early in the second half, and we knew exactly which ones those were, and, yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like, yeah, Proctor's goose egg is going to be the end of us here. Or more likely, he thought Duke would lose to Wisconsin. I don't know, unless he called the 5-12 upset ahead of time. Crazy that NC State would beat us twice in the same. I mean, they beat us twice in the span of like 3 weeks too. It's really bad. It's really unfortunate. And it's really unfortunate how this second half has gone, because it's like one thing to lose like a close game, and it's like a whole nother thing to just like have the team completely unravel, which is very unfortunate because it is not like just like it's not doesn't resemble how well they've played this like this far in the tournament. And like they were playing such good defense in this tournament, and it just like the second half has just totally not been that. So, yeah. I guess congrats to NC State. Their magical Cinderella run continues. I mean, it's typically Cinderella like goes to the Final Four, right? Like VCU from first four out to first four in. No, from last four in to Final Four. That was like the Cinderella run. So the Davidson team also made it. 46 point. Yeah, the offense just didn't do it. The offense just didn't do it. It's just fewer points than we put up against Houston. I mean, it's the same number of points we would put up against Houston, essentially. But, like, NC State has scored more than we... NC State has scored more points than Houston did against us, right? And there's still 4 minutes left in the game. If you had told me at halftime that a team would be down 12 and the starting center fouled out, I would have guessed NC State. Yeah, I mean... Yep. Too bad. I mean, maybe we can make it sort of interesting. Let's see. I mean, you just have to be, yeah, you kind of just do have to be realistic at this point. 3:54 to go. Oh, we don't even have the ball yet. What the other, I'm trying to think of the other recent Cinderella runs. That should be a good block, actually. I don't know why we didn't see more Sean Stewart. So it's an interesting thing to go back and look at the game that happened in Raleigh, where Sean Stewart this is the box score from the game in Raleigh. It was 79-64, and Sean Stewart had 12 points. And actually, Sean Stewart, of all the Duke front court players, played the best defense against DJ Burns. Despite the fact that DJ Burns got 27, it was still the best like defense, and like he's like had the most. I don't know why. Like we didn't really play him at all in the ACC tournament game. Either it's like no points in that one, but like. Wow, imagine being Purdue and being like, wow, you don't have to play Duke. They get to play NC State. We might get some players back next season. Yeah, I don't know who all's staying or who's going, but... Wrong call on the block, so even if they reverse it, we lose the ball because of the possession arrow. That's true. I guess I would have rather played Marquette today. Guess for us, we would have rather played Marquette. Anybody but another ACC team The ACC teams and the in-conference tournament matchups are always very hard. Always very difficult. Or at least jump it. We should get the jump balls back in college, man. The possession arrow is silly. But yeah, 46 points just isn't going to get it done. Anyway. Oh, interesting. When they blew the whistle, Roach had the ball, and therefore the ball stays with Duke. Huh. So we had already gotten possession of the ball, of the rebound. So in this case, that is a sort of caveat to the rule. I suppose if nobody had possession, it would have to go to the possession arrow. But in this case, Roach had possession, and therefore we keep it. All right, so down by 12 with 3:40 to go. Can we get anything? Can we get anything to go here, Roach? To McCain. McCain going around. Well, McCain still wants to play. He's got 19. McCain had a great game, that's for sure. He came out swinging too from the start. McCain was going from the get-go. That was very impressive. And just the breaking of the press there. Man, McCain is playing really tough. McCain's got the last 4 for Duke. He's got 21 points, man. He's been the toughest player on the team for sure. Yeah, I mean, it is technically possible. You'd have to hit a couple threes, though. Oh, and not do that. I mean, you just gave 4 points to Middlebrooks, like, underneath the basket, right? So you can't do that. I mean, NC State did try to give us the. Remember when they tried to dunk there at the end of the ACC tournament game, and they and was it Middlebrooks that tried to dunk, and he blew it. Roach only goes 1 of 2 at the line, so that doesn't help the cause. No, there is sort of a curse too. I saw a stat before the tournament started that no team that lost the first game of its conference tournament has won a national title. And I suppose that comes back to roost here, because as a result of losing the first game in the ACC tournament, Duke allowed NC State to continue. Had Duke won the first game of the ACC tournament, NC State wouldn't be here. And maybe we would be playing Marquette instead. Oh, DJ Horn missed it. How many shots in the paint have we missed? Let's see. I'll check it in a second. Yeah, too many. I mean, you'd have to count them, man. It's like, I have no idea. Just in the second half, we've missed 1, 2, 3. You can't even tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we've 11. 11 right at the rim. We've made more free throws than field goals. That's a great stat. And Roach can't even hit the free throw. Ooh. Really? It's just gratuitous at this point. It's gratuitous at this point, I think is what this is. I'm gonna call Sean Stewart for a block here. I mean, he does jump into him, I guess. Yeah, State's capable of anything. Watch them win the whole thing. Watch them win the whole thing. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I know it didn't work out. That's okay. That stat you mentioned rules out Alabama. Yeah, probably does. I mean, they have to play UConn, so yes. I think you'd write their obituary. You'd already write their obituary, so yeah. The stat doesn't preclude you from getting to the Final Four. It just says that you like no team has won the title, the whole thing. Yeah. Well, McCain played his butt off. Let's be real. 23 points for Jared McCain. He showed up. He tried. But it's going to be all for naught, I think. I mean, you got a minute 40. You're down by 9. It's technically not over. 2 seconds here to get NC's timeout. Timeout. Shire calls time. All right. Could make this really interesting if you somehow turned NC State over and got a 3. It'd be really interesting. Then all those, like, easy plays that you gave up, you're just like, oh. There's just a bunch of, like, easy plays that got, yeah. Carson, or just no beer at all. No beer at all. So it's not a backcourt violation? It's not a 10-second violation? Well, all right, you turn State over here. All right, it's another brick by Tyrese Proctor. But that was the opportunity, was the turnover by NC State into a three-pointer, which is exactly what we said. And unfortunately, it's Proctor instead of McCain taking the three, and it's another brick. So 0 for 8. 0 for 10, or I don't even know. What is he at this point? Oh for 8. Jesus. 0 for 8. O of 8. No, actually, I was right. O of 9. 1 turnover, 3 assists. Yeah, 29% shooting won't beat many teams. But again, like, yeah, if you had held NC State to 45 points, look, at halftime, NC State had 21 points, right? If you had just kept up the defense and they scored 42, if you just mirrored the halves, you would have won, right? If you just said, but here you have a half where they score 46. Like, Houston scored 51 the entire game. And NC State in a half has put up 46. Like, that's the real story, right? Just the defense went out the window just as quickly as the shooting did. And yeah, our 3-point shooting just like it wasn't there. They were open shots and we just didn't hit them. It's like similar to the Marquette game, honestly. Like Marquette missed open threes too, and that was it. I'm curious how is it Oakland held Burns to 4? No, no, Marquette held Burns to 4. 16, 24, and 4. Yeah, Marquette held Burns to 4 points, and then he comes in and gets 20 on us. Wow. And McCain hits from 3. Like, if anybody, the only person that should have been taking shots is just Jared McCain. Like, I don't understand. He's the only one, man. 26 points for Jared McCain. Incredible. Incredible year for Jared McCain. He's been very consistent. Been very consistent for us. McCain's play has been great. It's kind of crazy to think if it was Jared McCain taking the shots that Proctor took, and instead of Proctor taking them, McCain took them. Like, given McCain's shooting percentage, okay, so let's say Proctor got 9 shots. Let's say that McCain takes like 5 of those. Okay, even even McCain is 6 of 17. His 3-point shooting is 3 of 8. It's like it's been a rough sledding for him. He's got 26 points, but 11 of them come from the free throw line. So even like McCain's percentage isn't great. 6 of 17 is like 33%. I mean, sure, we'll be loaded next season, but it'll be a bunch of freshmen, right? Like, you're very liable to run into the same situation you had last year, which was like you run into an older Tennessee team in the second second round that like bounces, that just roughs you up and bounces you. Like, that could just easily happen next year too. Like, there's no guarantee that like a loaded freshman team, even Kentucky with a loaded freshman team, didn't win it. Sean Stewart just like walks into DJ Burns. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there. That's a McCain turnover that sends it back to NC State with 50 seconds left and a 13-point game. So that's the unfortunate reality of the tournament. We had fun. It was a good season, but it's not gonna happen. So congratulations, NC State. Their miracle run continues to what is now, 9 games in a row that has put them in the Final Four. And that's just going to be it. Look, Jared McCain put up 26 points. Who knows who's going to be back, who's not. I'd love to see some of these guys back. I'd love to see a sophomore season for McCain, especially. I think he's one of the better shooters that we've had in a long time. I think a sophomore Jared McCain would be fantastic. Jeremy Roach, salute to Jeremy Roach. Assuming he doesn't take the COVID year, that might be it. That's presumably it for him. And then the rest, I guess we'll see. But look, it's been great. We've had a fun season. We thought we had at least one more game. Turns out that's not going to be the case. Unfortunate. But that's how it ends. So thank you to everybody who hung out with us throughout the season. Back to 10. Yeah, thanks for everyone who hung out with us throughout the season. We'll go dark here for a while as Duke is until October or so. McCain hits a 3 again. I mean, that's 29. It's like a 30 piece for Jared McCain, but we wasted it because our defense didn't show up. So, any case, yes, good season. Elite Eight's a good run. I think that's going to be it. We won't prolong it very much. For the folks that were new, thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure to hit the sub and the like button, and come back to see us next season. We'll be ready from the get-go, from exhibition game number 1, to see these guys play. See the new recruits come in, right? It should be a good one. But that's it. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Congratulations to NC State. Grim, thank you very much for the sub. Appreciate having you in chat. Appreciate having the Duke fans in chat. And that's it. We'll see you for the 2025-2024 Blue Devil season. Until then, it's some time. Stay safe, everybody. It's a crazy world out there. Be safe and everything. And happy Easter to those who celebrate. And as always, go Duke. Ritz signing off for the season. Take it easy, everybody. Good night.